Hey Blue Jays, I'm Brooke.
And I'm Presley, and it's time for another episode of Blue Jay Journal TV.
On today's episode, we will see what's cooking in Blue Jay Gourmet, take a look at Children's Relay for Life, and learn about how medication shortages are affecting people.
We have all these stories and more on this episode of Blue Jay Journal TV.
If you are 16 and older and have experience working with children, St. Francis Borgia's Summer Night Camp is hiring. If you are interested, please email snightscamp@borgiagradeschool.org.
The next student council meeting is on May 2nd in room 2620.
There will be a free 90-minute First Impact presentation in the CJB on May 10th at 6:30 p.m. For more information, see Officer Garrett.
Four Rivers Teaching Careers is doing a raffle basket fundraiser. Purchase a raffle ticket towards the basket of your choice. $10 per ticket or 5 tickets for $20. Baskets are valued at $40 to $150. Winners will be contacted on May 5th.
If you are going to prom and are attending the dinner, don't forget to reserve your table in Mrs. Fixel's room 1327 by the end of the day Monday. If you don't, you will be randomly assigned a table. There will be no open seating.
Recently, our WHS music students competed at the Misha solo and ensemble contest. Molly Bauer has a story for us.
WHS music students recently participated in the Misha Solo and Ensemble contest.
Solo and ensemble is a way for musicians to showcase their skills and be judged for either a solo prepared or an ensemble with a group of other students.
You go perform for a judge and maybe a small audience at a district level, and if you get a high enough score at district level, you go to state level.
They give you a rating, and based on that rating, they send you to state, or they tell you to keep working on it.
Solo and Ensemble is more than just a contest. For the students, it's a way for them to get better at their instruments.
I did it because I want to better myself as a player, and I'm looking to kind of go somewhere with music, maybe as a major.
I learn a lot from preparing the music. You learn more than what you would just sitting in class with the rest of the ensemble, and you get a lot of feedback from the judges too.
I like playing my instruments, and I just want to get better, so it's one of the best ways to do it.
For these musicians, the term practice makes perfect is a reality.
So it's a lot of practicing outside of school. You have to make sure you're meeting up with your accompanist and also meeting up, I had a quartet. We had to schedule things outside of school. We couldn't do that kind of stuff in class.
I stayed late after school about every day for at least an hour and practiced it and ran through it and worked on it as much as I could.
You just have to consistently practice for months beforehand, every day, and you have to just work out certain spots constantly. It can get very annoying, but it's worth it for the performance.
However, making it this far does not come without challenges.
My biggest challenge, especially for my viola solo, was not procrastinating until just a few weeks beforehand.
Once you start playing something a lot, it kind of gets boring, so you have to keep working at it. But it's also a lot of dedication. You have to work up to that too.
These students share their goals as they move towards state.
My goal, as far as my solos and my ensemble that I'm taking to state, is just make them better, just give a better performance.
I would really like to get a gold in all of my performances, but also I would just really like good feedback from my judges so I can go forward knowing what I can fix and everything.
For Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Molly Bauer reporting. Every year, Children's Relay for Life is held in honor of WHS alumni Jordan Shear. This year brought on a unique challenge. Here's the story.
We had a former student that was involved in student council and leadership named Jordan Shear. He was a student here at Washington High School. I believe he graduated in 2005. When he lost his battle after he graduated, it was his friends and teachers that were still here at Washington High School that decided to start this program in his honor.
The fact that it's gone on for 18 years and some new schools have been added, and we've gone through 18 years, and the kids participating weren't even born yet. And so that it's living on, and there's been I don't know how many different sponsors of the leadership program, and yet they continue to do it.
The process of finding a family is not an easy task, but Ava gives us some insight.
Typically, we look around in the district first and just see if we've heard of anyone who has a child who is sick, and if we don't, then we'll start reaching out to friends and families.
This year, we struggled finding a family, which is a good problem to have. But at the same time, we're like, who do we announce at a ceremony or something like that? But we were able to contact someone.
Although Stuco had a hard time finding a recipient, they were able to gift a monetary donation to a family.
And even this year, the recipient of the award this year, he's already through it and he looks healthy and he's running around outside, and that's exciting. And it was hard to find a recipient this year, so it makes us feel like it's making a difference. These 3rd through 6th graders in the leadership class are making a difference.
Just knowing that we are part of a big cause because it's donated to the American Cancer Society, and there's a lot of places around here that fundraise for that, and it's a big fundraiser.
It's also neat to see families who have gone through a similar struggle, then they're able to support each other and give each other the encouragement that only they really know, because there's not a lot of families who have been through that situation.
And I hope that we can come to some point where we won't have to have a Relay for Life, and where there won't be any needy families. They'll treat cancer like they do the cold or the flu.
This means that maybe somebody won't have to go through what Jordan went through.
This is Sam Tecklenburg reporting for Blue Jay Journal.
Are you cheating? No.
Okay, class, test is over. Hand in your papers. Great job, Bree.
Thank you.
Presley, I'm really disappointed in you.
Finals are coming up. Don't cheat.
Blue Jay Gourmet is a program at WHS that teaches students how to run every aspect of a restaurant. Blue Jay Journal recently visited there to see what's cooking and what the future of the program looks like.
The purpose is a whole entire basically culinary arts restaurant management program. The students are trained through every aspect, whether it's being on dishes that week, to being in charge of the entree, to being the servers at the front of the house.
Blue Jay Gourmet days are on Thursday. So the day before, we usually go into the kitchen. We call them our prep days. We cut up any vegetables, prep any meats or chicken or whatever we're making that day before. We can pre-bake a crust for a pie or just get something ready. That way we can get things ready to go and out the door quicker on Thursdays.
Blue Jay Gourmet is hoping to expand to make cooking and baking more efficient.
Well, I mean, we push the limits here, where our space is kind of limits us sometimes on what we can do, but we're always willing to take on new catering jobs, try new techniques with things. We don't have a lot of space for any new equipment, but it is always something, on the back burner, so to speak.
We all have to work together. So managing prepping and getting ready for everything, making sure things come up on time, making sure dishes are ready and they're still hot and ready to go. Working together as a team, communicating, it's definitely taught us with communication, time management, how to manage stress, because it can get very stressful very quickly. So just understanding that it's going to be okay, it's not that deep, that lean on each other.
The Blue Jay Gourmet staff is thankful for the feedback that they receive from faculty.
I love all the positive feedback we get from the teachers and staff. They come into the kitchen after we serve them and they're like, it was so good, thank you guys, and it's just always so great to hear. We love getting the emails back from the staff. They always tell us how good it was, and it's really great to hear, knowing that we make a positive impact in their lives and in their days.
My favorite part's got to be the actual day of service. I love seeing staff come and just the organizational skills it takes for my students to get the to-goes box, to make sure they meet every lunch shift time that is set, to take up the deliveries if there is, and so it really is the true representation on how we can run a little mini restaurant here on campus.
From Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Claire Schmiedeskamp reporting.
Hello, my name is Paper. I'm a young adult lab mix of about medium size. I'm looking for someone to be patient with me and show me that I am safe. I'm a bit shy, but once you prove to me that you are safe to be with, I will be by your side and love you and snuggle with you.
Hi there, my name is Sam Elliott. I am a handsome and rugged guide looking for someone who is easily charmed. If you want to meet me, contact the Franklin County Humane Society at 636-583-4300.
In recent months, medication shortages have made national news. Emma George brings us a story about how these shortages affect people and what to do if you are experiencing a delay in medication.
Medication shortages are not necessarily a new thing, although it's been accelerated here recently, mostly during the pandemic.
There's also still a labor shortage, they say, so I don't know if it's also not having enough help to make the medications.
You, on the flip side, saw a pretty rapid flip in demand for these medicines. And so now you have an increase in demand, and so those two kind of collide to create a big shortage issue.
There's a shortage of a lot of things right now. There's been some things we haven't been able to get for a few months actually. We try our best to get them from other sources when our primary distributor does not have them. They typically are delayed.
Healthcare professionals discuss the severity of medication shortages, highlighting the possible consequences coming from this pharmaceutical shortage.
The implications from medication shortages in the short term are largely an inconvenience, meaning patients are having to wait longer.
Some medications that have been unavailable include diabetic medications, antibiotics, which can definitely impact, one's well-being. So we do our best to try and find them at other places and get the patients what they need.
We face that a lot for a variety of reasons. Patients can't afford their medications or whatnot. And so there probably are some patients who are either utilizing alternative sources, whether they're using an old prescription, they're asking a friend or a family member for a prescription, or using some other substance that is a substitute for their medication.
Doctors and pharmacists acknowledge and sympathize the frustration with their patients. They discuss steps on what you can do if you're struggling with the nationwide shortage.
We get it, we feel that strain too. So preparing ahead is the biggest thing that we would tell people to do.
I would have them call it in early, like maybe when they have 3 to 5 days, because if we can't get it next day, hopefully we can find another solution within the next couple of days.
And usually we'll find that they'll work with you to kind of set aside that medication as long as it's within a couple days of your refill. As far as if there's nowhere that has it, you call all the local pharmacies and nobody has it, then your best course is to get in touch with us to say, hey, is there an alternative that we might use? And then we can say, well, let's either adjust your dosage up or down for the short term to find the medicine so we don't go without any, or we can switch it to a similar medicine that will work as well. In most cases we can make those decisions and have minimal harm be done but allow you to still access your medicine. So it's not perfect, but I think it's better than foregoing medication altogether for most patients.
From Blue Jay Journal TV, this is Emma George reporting.
Thank you for watching our show.
For more news and views from WHS and our community, check out our website, www.bluejayjournal.com.
Have a great weekend, Blue Jays!